The Iran War on London. Imagine waking up in London and finding yourself in the middle of a war. Not a memory of the Blitz, not a distant battlefield, but here, today. What if Iran launched a war on London? Cut to slow-motion visuals, jets streaking across the sky, radar screens, and people rushing into underground shelters. This is not a prophecy. It is not a prediction. It is a scenario, a chilling exploration of what could unfold if tensions between Iran and the West erupted and the city of London became the target. In the modern world, we often think of war as something happening far away. Conflicts play out in deserts, in seas, in skies half a world removed from us. But war has a way of crossing oceans, of reaching capitals once thought untouchable. So, what would really happen if Iran, armed with modern missiles, drones, cyber capabilities, and global networks, turned its sights on London, one of the world's most iconic cities? To understand the weight of this scenario, we must first grasp Iran's capabilities. Iran is no small regional power. It commands the largest missile arsenal in the Middle East. From short-range ballistic missiles to long-range cruise weapons, capable of carrying conventional or even unconventional warheads. Its drones, cheap yet deadly, have already redrawn the map of modern warfare. Silent, precise, relentless. But Iran's strength is not only in machines, it is in networks. Proxies spread across the Middle East and beyond. Cyber warriors capable of paralyzing infrastructure. Agents embedded in foreign lands. And if the target was London, the attack could come in many forms. A missile fired across continents, a cyber strike on the financial heart of the city, a wave of coordinated terror at its streets and transport lines, or all of these at once. A missile strike on London, though difficult, is not impossible. With assistance from Allied technology or clandestine transfers, Iran could extend its reach. Modern cruise missiles can slip beneath radar, hugging terrain, striking with shocking accuracy. London's landmarks, the Houses of Parliament, the Shard, Heathrow, suddenly transformed into targets. Then, drones. Imagine swarms of unmanned aircraft, launched not from Iran itself, but smuggled into Europe, hidden in shipping containers, activated in waves. Each drone carrying explosives, each drone programmed with coordinates. And perhaps most dangerous of all, cyber warfare. London is not just a city, it is the beating financial heart of Europe. Stock exchanges, banks, trade routes, interlinked, digital, fragile. A well-timed Iranian cyber assault could freeze billions, trigger chaos, and leave the city vulnerable before a single missile ever struck. The war would not only be physical, it would be psychological. Fear, amplified by 24-hour news. Images of drones in the skies above Tower Bridge. Empty shelves as panic buying surges. Trains halted, flights grounded. A modern metropolis, suddenly paralyzed. In 1940, London faced the Blitz. The Luftwaffe rained bombs night after night, shattering glass, steel, and stone. Yet London endured. In the Cold War, the fear of Soviet missiles haunted every dawn. Sirens were tested, shelters prepared. Nuclear shadows stretched across the Thames. And even more recently, terror struck in coordinated attacks on buses and trains, testing the city's resilience. But the war with Iran would be different. It would combine all these specters into one: aerial bombardment, cyber siege, terrorism, and the uncertainty of invisible enemies. The city's defense would not only depend on soldiers or planes, but on code, intelligence, and will. So, what would happen, step by step, if Iran declared war on London? First, intelligence chatter. Western agencies detect unusual activity, Cyber intrusions, encrypted communications, shipping routes altered, tension rises. Then, the strike. Perhaps it begins with silence, the invisible hand of cyber warfare. Power flickers across districts, banking networks lock, phones fail. Moments later, sirens, an incoming threat. Drones launched from hidden cells across Europe, converging on the skyline. The RAF scrambles to intercept, but swarms are hard to stop. Some fall, some strike. Explosions ripple through the night. Meanwhile, across the Thames, commuters find themselves trapped as underground lines halt. Panic grows. Emergency services race to contain chaos, but the assault is layered. And then, the political response. Britain invokes NATO, allies rally. American warships reposition. Fighter jets streak across the channel. The war is no longer local, it becomes global. Iran, under retaliatory fire, doubles down. Its proxies in Lebanon, Iraq, Yemen unleash strikes on Western assets. Oil routes close. Markets crash. What began as an attack on London now ripples outward, pulling the world into crisis. Cause, effect, escalation, a chain reaction impossible to control. War has always been a destroyer of illusions. The illusion of safety, the illusion of distance, the illusion that cities like London, rich in history, power, and pride, could never again be scarred by conflict. But in a world where technology erases borders, and where adversaries wield not only bombs but code, war can arrive anywhere, at any time. The question is not only whether London could withstand such an assault. The deeper question is what this would mean for the world order. For every capital that believes itself untouchable, for every citizen who believes war belongs to history books, not the present. So we ask, what if Iran waged war on London? What would remain standing and what would fall? And if this nightmare unfolded, what city would be next?